You are in love with someone who will not let you in. There is always a wall, a distance you can never close, no matter how hard you might try. You twist yourself into knots trying to bridge the gap. You analyze every interaction, eventually deciding that you must be doing something wrong, that the lack of connection is your fault. This distance often traces back to early environments where emotional intimacy felt threatening or unsafe. They learned that staying distant was the only way to remain secure. They maintain this security through 7 specific behaviors. Most people endure these patterns for years without ever identifying the underlying architecture of the wall. Recognizing these signs allows you to distinguish a relationship that is growing from one that is structurally designed to keep you emotionally starved. The first sign appears the moment a conversation becomes real. Everything is fine until you express a feeling. Then suddenly they are busy, tired, or they physically leave the room. This is an automatic reaction. When intimacy gets too close, their body reacts exactly as if it were under physical threat. They flee. The second sign involves the reflex to use humor. You try to share something vulnerable, and they make a joke. You try again, and they laugh. Reflexive laughter functions as a sophisticated deflection tool. It breaks the tension and neutralizes your vulnerability before it can demand anything real from them. By disappearing and deflecting, they guarantee their own safety at the direct expense of your emotional connection. The third sign is the hot and cold dynamic. At the beginning, they were attentive and engaged. That early warmth you remember was real. The shift happens the moment the connection crosses an invisible threshold. The closeness becomes threatening, triggering their avoidant detachment, and they abruptly pull back. The fourth sign is a refusal to communicate their wants or needs directly. They hint, they imply, they offer total silence when you ask them directly. Direct communication requires admitting that you can be disappointed. For an avoidant person, stating a need clearly feels like handing you a loaded weapon. This resulting confusion keeps you perpetually chasing the warmth of those early days instead of confronting the void of the present. The fifth sign involves being punished for possessing normal emotional needs. When you express that you are hurt, they become cold. When you say you need more connection, they offer absolute silence. They withdraw. Over time, you adapt. You suppress your desires and perform a fake emotional self-sufficiency. You pretend you do not need them simply to keep the peace. The sixth sign is reliance on the past. They use childhood or a prior relationship as a permanent explanation for their absence. Awareness of a wound is not present-day responsibility to heal it. You pay an endless toll for psychological damage you didn't cause. Together, these tactics invert the relationship dynamic. Their historical trauma becomes the viewer's permanent psychological prison. The seventh sign is the cumulative result of the previous 6. You are made to feel that you, as a human being, are too much. You slowly internalize their reactions. You decide you are too sensitive, too emotional, and too intense. You begin to shrink your own humanity. You attempt to need less and feel less, carving away parts of yourself to fit their rigid limitations. You are not too much. You are the right amount for a partner who is actually capable of being present. The feeling of being too much is the primary symptom of trying to survive in a space that was never built to hold you. Emotional unavailability lives as a protective shield, hardened over years of survival. However, understanding the origin of a partner's trauma does not obligate you to remain inside it and be destroyed by it. Every week, we open a new file on forbidden psychology and the dark truths hidden in plain sight. Subscribe to Dark Archive. Recognizing these invisible walls is the absolute prerequisite to finally stepping outside of them. The archive is open.